Welcome back. A POCSO court has sentenced in Kolkata a 34-year-old man to death for raping a 7-month-old infant on the 30th of November last year, leaving her fighting for life. The court has termed this case the rarest of rare. The court has also awarded compensation of 10 lakh rupees to the survivor. Now, the sentencing comes a day after Rajiv Ghosh was found guilty of the crime. The sentencing also comes within 80 days of the crime. The death sentence was given for being convicted under Section 6 of the POCSO Act, which deals with aggravated penetrative sexual assault. An amendment to the section in 2019 had added the death penalty. The incident came to light on the 30th of November when the residents heard the sound of a baby crying on the footpath in the Bartola area of North Kolkata and alerted authorities. My colleague Renik Datta has exclusively spoken with the victim's family. Let's listen in.
30 नवंबर 2024 7 महीने के बच्चे के साथ कोलकाता में क्या हुआ था कोलकाता का फुटपाथ में, वही जानेंगे। विक्टिम का परिवार हम लोगों के साथ है। जिस बच्ची के साथ ये घिनौना हरकत हुआ था, उस बच्ची का घर वाले के साथ बात करेंगे। 30 नवंबर को रात में क्या हुआ था?
30 नवंबर बाद में हुआ था। वहाँ पर मेरा बच्चा सोया था उसका माँ का पास। वहाँ पर सोते बच्चा उठा के आदमी 2-3 बार पाग मारा है। उसका माँ बाबा सब सोया था। वहाँ से बच्चों को उठा के वो गली में ले जाके बच्चा को वहाँ पर हाथ ढुका के उसको बच्चों को गलती काम किया करके बच्चों को जब आदमी लोग चिल्ला चिल्ली किया है, बच्चों को वहाँ पर फेंक के वो भाग गया। जब भाग गया हम लोग उसको खोज रहे, बच्चा तो कहाँ गया। बच्चा माँ आके हमको बोला भौजी मेरे बच्चों को नहीं मिला, मेरा बच्चा कौन उठा के ले चला गया। तब हम क्या किया, उसको जिया जाके खोज रहा था। पुलिस को मेरा जमाई था, पुलिस को फ़ोन किया। पुलिस बोल रहा है वहाँ पर एक बच्चा गली में पड़ा है, तुम जाके थोड़ा देखो तुम लोग का बच्चा है क्या। हम लोग जाके वहाँ पर बच्चा देख रहा है, सब पुलिस उलिस भी था वहाँ। बोला हम लोग बोला ये बच्चा मेरा है, बच्चों को यहाँ से कौन लेके आया है, यहाँ पर कौन रखा है। तो बोला हम लोग नहीं जानता है, बच्चा यहाँ पर रो रहा था। हम लोग सब मिलके बच्चों को गोद में लेके यहाँ पर सुला दिया। जब बच्चों को हम लोग उठाया तो हम लोग सोचा कोई पगला उगला होगा, लेके आके बच्चों को सुला दिया। कि देख रहे हैं क्या बच्चों को पूरा बच्चा झिमा गया है। बच्चा को वहाँ पर पूरा जहाँ पर बच्चा था वहाँ पर पूरा खून पड़ा था। हम लोग इसलिए बच्चों को लेके आके मेरा पास में जब लेके आया, उसको कमीज उमीज खुल के देख रहा है। बच्चा पैंट पहन के था, पैंट हागिस पहन के था, हागिस तो खोल दिया है। तब बच्चे को हम लोग देख रहा है, बच्चे को वहाँ से खून निकाल रहा है। जब खून निकाल रहा है हम लोग देख के डर खा गया, जल्दी लेके गया हॉस्पिटल में। जब भर्ती की लेके गया तो बच्चों को वहाँ पर लेके जाके उसको सिलाई उलाई कर रहा था। बच्चा वहाँ पर भर्ती है और बच्चा को माँ भी भर्ती है।
पूरा घटना का 80 दिन बाद ये पूरा मामले पर जो मेन दोषी था राजीव घोष, उनको फांसी का सजा सुनाया गया है। क्या कहेंगे इसमें, आप लोग क्या खुश है?
हम लोग खुश है। हम लोग कड़ा सजा देने चाहिए।
हम लोग चाहता है मेरा बच्चा 7 महीने का माँ से पेट से निकला है और 7 महीना उसका उम्र हुआ है। उसको इस 7 उम्र में ही भी उसको साथ ऐसे गलती किया। उसको बचाना नहीं चाहते हैं हम लोग, उसको फांसी देना चाहे। बच्चा को बहुत तकलीफ हुआ, बच्चा बहुत उसको छोटा वाला में उसको ऐसे कर दिया है। जब बड़ा होगा तो उसको तो बहुत कष्ट होगा ना। हम लोग सब भी चाहते हैं उसको फांसी चाहिए। हम लोग
कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से जिस तरीके से इन्वेस्टिगेशन किया गया, क्या आप लोग खुश है कोलकाता पुलिस के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में?
हाँ खुश है हम लोग, जो उसको और कड़ा शास्ति देने के लिए खुश है।
एकदम ही परिवार के साथ बात हो रहा था, जिस तरीके का घटना घटा था उसका बयान परिवार की तरफ से किया गया और वो लोग खुश भी है कि ये पूरा मामले पर कोलकाता पुलिस ने जिस तरीके से एक्टिवली काम किया और जिस वजह से कड़ी से कड़ा शास्ति जो होता है, जो कैपिटल पनिशमेंट वो मिला है मुजरिम को, इसमें खुश है परिवार। कैमरा पर्सन अमित धनुक के साथ रोनिक दत्तो, इंडिया न्यूज, कोलकाता।
Datta, in fact, is joining us live now on the broadcast. Renik, what are the reactions that you picked up to this verdict, of course, that has come in? Obviously, the family must be pleased with the judgment and also the timeline within which it was delivered.
हाँ एकदम, देखिए 30 नवंबर का रात का ये घटना है। 30 नवंबर रात में कोलकाता का जो शोभा बाजार एरिया, उस शोभा बाजार एरिया में सेंट्रल एवेन्यू के ऊपर फुटपाथ में सोए हुए थे वो बच्ची। उसी टाइम पर ये बच्ची को एक अननोन पर्सन की तरफ से उठा के लेके जाया गया था। उसके बाद गली के अंदर वो बच्ची को बरामद किया था परिवार, और उसके बाद ही कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से ये जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन चालू किया गया था, ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन का 26 डेज के अंदर कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से चार्जशीट पेश किया गया था। वो चार्जशीट में कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से 2-3 चीज को इंपॉर्टेंटली बयान किया गया था, जिसमें सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है डिजिटल एविडेंस और उसके साथ साथ ही जो फॉरेंसिक एविडेंस। फॉरेंसिक एविडेंस में जैसे कि कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से दावा किया गया है कि फॉरेंसिक एविडेंस में जो सीमेन सैंपल कलेक्ट किया गया था, वो सीमेन सैंपल जो है उसका जो डीएनए, वो डीएनए मैच कर चुका है। जो सीमेन सैंपल मिला था उसके साथ ये जो एक्यूज्ड है यानी राजीव घोष, ये राजीव घोष का जो डीएनए सैंपल, ये डीएनए सैंपल मैच हो चुका है। दूसरे तरफ कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से डिजिटल एविडेंस भी दिया गया है, कोर्ट के सामने रखा गया था। राइट ब्लॉकर जो सिस्टम है, वो राइट ब्लॉकर सिस्टम के माध्यम से वो डिजिटल जो एविडेंस वो दिखाया गया है कोर्ट में। और इसके बाद ही कोलकाता का बैंकशाल कोर्ट यानी सिटी सेशन जो कोर्ट है, उन सिटी सेशन कोर्ट का जो जस्टिस उनके तरफ से ये पूरा मामले को सुनते हुए घटना का 80 दिन बाद यानी 80 डेज बाद ये घटना का जो मेन दोषी है राजीव घोष, उनको दोषी साब्यस्त किया गया। उनको जैसे कि कहा जा रहा है कि ये पूरा मामले पर जैसे कोलकाता पुलिस की तरफ से दावा किया गया था कि कौन से धारा लगाया जा सकता है, वो सुनने के बाद इंद्रिला मुखोपाध्याय उनके तरफ से पॉक्सो एक्ट का जो 6 नंबर धारा है वो धारा लगाया गया है। और उसके साथ साथ ही बीएनएस भारतीय न्याय संहिता का 118, 137/2।
बिल्कुल रैनिक दत्ता, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। आगे बढ़ते हैं हम, कुछ और इस वक्त मेहमान भी हमारे संग जुड़ गए हैं। स्वाति जिंदल, AOR सुप्रीम कोर्ट is joining us live. Tahira Hassan, women's rights activist, is live with us. Yogita Behana, activist, also joins us live. Yogita Behana, let me react to you first on this big verdict. You appreciate the kind of fast timelines in which justice has been delivered in this case. Also, is it now going to prove to be an example case for other such cases?
Uday, as I had shown my apprehension earlier also, this is one of the cases.
Yogita, can you hear me? Okay, I think we're having some technical trouble there, unfortunately, with the connection. But Swati Jindal is also with us live. Dr. Jindal, as far as you're concerned, is this because of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita that such fast-track justice is being given and this kind of exemplary punishment as well? People are appreciating the timeline and also the quantum of sentence that has been given.
Yes, see, considering that the charge sheet was filed in 26 days only, it is, I think, one of the, this is a new definition to fast track, I would say. They have sorted out everything within a very, very short timeline. They have used, shape of the art technology. I believe they used the gait analysis, the bite mark comparisons. There were approximately more than 20 witnesses that were examined, and apart from these, there were 7 medical experts that were also examined. I think more than the BNS being there, of course, the BNS has special reference to speedier justice. As far as when we see the POSCO Act, that act itself talks about speedy justice, considering the nature of offences. But the fact that the BNS has also come in now, and it is, so to say, complementing the POSCO Act, which was very serious about the timelines and how the timeline needs to be followed, how the justice needs to be speedy. The fact that this entire process has been reduced to what it should be reduced in every case shows that we are going somewhere in the right direction.
Yes, Tahira Hassan, let me also draw you in here to this, discussion. Tahira Hassan, this was a really depraved crime, wasn't it? And of course, obviously praiseworthy that this justice has been doled out in this fast manner, and we do hope that this sentencing will now happen as soon as possible.
Yes, but this is very painful. This incident is very painful. That people, this psychopath who committed this crime, even, they can't leave even the baby girls also. 7-month-old baby was raped by this man, this psychopath. They can commit, these type of people can commit cruelest act and violent act without thinking about others or law also. They are not law fearing people also. So I think this will set the precedent. This judgment, the quantum of punishment that has been given to him, because this comes in the category of rarest to rare. So this had to be happened. Naturally, the court has followed the law and rules that has been made. And I think that it's not only BNS and all, but after the Nirbhaya, whatever the laws made, they were very strict acts are there, but they are not implemented properly. They are also, Justice Verma had fast track code, rarest to rare case, how to deal rarest to rare case. So I think that implementation of the law is very important on the ground. Whatever the laws have been made to protect the women, that are more important. And we must assort, all the women are panelists today, so we must assort on this culture of the rape, that protect the rapist. Whenever the rape occurs, most of the time, the women is blamed, her dress code is blamed, her food habit is blamed, her lifestyle is blamed. So, know about these people must come out with the reasonable answer. What kind of dress code they will suggest for 7-month-old baby? So I think this is most important thing is that we have to be vocal against the crime against the women. That should be taken serious. Women are not commodity. This child is not commodity. You know, she was a girl child. He picked her up. She was sleeping with her mother. You know, and raped her. You think this is a heinous crime, and this such a heinous crime they are committing without any fear. So I think these kind of judgments will set the precedent. But if not like that, that if this type of fast track court has given this quantum of punishment to this Ghosh, this should be, conviction rate should be high. Conviction rate is very low. Again, I say the conviction rate is hardly 27%. It should be at least 80%. So we must talk in the totality how to control this violence against the child and women, and how the POCSO Act should be implemented properly. How these men commit the crimes, heinous crimes without fear. Why they don't have any fear of the law. And this time I will say that we must praise to the police also. Their day-to-day monitoring, we should praise. If the police is doing something good, we must come out and praise them. So I praise this time the monitoring of the police and the working culture of the police in this incident, especially. And I hope the sensitization program must be introduced more and more with the police, so they will be sensitized force and can deal the problem, women problem, more efficiently, and they will collect the evidences properly, because you know whatever evidences will be collected by the police or investigating agencies, those evidences will be produced in the court, and honorable court will give the judgment only and only on those evidences. So that is very important. We have to see each and every step when we are talking about the violence, because it's too much. Every day we see that now they cannot spare 5-month-old, 7-month-old baby girls also. So this means that law has to be implemented very, properly on the ground level. We make the law, we fight and we get it made in the parliament, but what happens? It is not implemented properly. It should be implemented properly. Then only the women will get justice, girl child will get justice, or everyone will get justice if the laws are implemented properly.
Okay. Let me in fact also then ask you at the end of the day, Swati Jindal, how this now can be an example case for many others as well across the country in which similar sort of depravities occur.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Most of the countries today we see, when we talk about developing countries and developed countries, if you see the trend, capital punishment has been removed. But way back in 1980, the Supreme Court had passed a judgment. It was famously called as the Bachchan Singh judgment, that had talked about how in certain rarest of rare crimes, we need to have capital punishment. Why? Why do we need that? Because we need to set a precedent somewhere. It has to have a deterrent effect on the whole society. The society at large needs to know that if you do this today, this will happen to you tomorrow. Until and unless that fear is there in the society, these kind of heinous crimes will keep happening. It is so strange. I don't know. There is no connection between these two matters. But yesterday itself, the apex court of the country has, in a particular matter, which is again in light for so many past days, about a certain comment that was made in the social media. Yesterday itself, the apex court has said there is a perversion in the mind. Now that perversion is there because we have the social media, we have so much of exposure to anybody and everybody. You just need a Wi-Fi and you have unlimited content, which is, unchecked. Now it is this content coupled with so many other things that is impacting upon the public, and these rarest of rare, these heinous crimes, these shameful crimes of the society are happening. Now, today, when people talk about how a particular woman was asking for it when she was dressed a particular way, and that is why she got raped, I asked these people, what do you think a 7-month-old girl child did? Poor thing was just lying there. She does not even know how to fend for herself. So this heinous man, this animal, I mean, I think even the animals will spare a newborn baby, and then this man comes and I don't know what kind of perversion attacked his mind or what kind of mindset he was coming with. And now he has the audacity to do this and then throw the child like garbage on the street. And yes, I do applaud the police for taking action the way they did. I do applaud all the medical experts, the agencies on everything, now they're finally using the technology like it was supposed to be used. And yes, we do need to set a precedent to this. I hope this punishment is upheld in the courts of law. There will be, all know, there will be an appeal. The process will follow its course. But I do hope this punishment is upheld so that the right message goes across in the society that, well, you can't get away with everything. Yes, the justice might be delayed sometimes, but it definitely comes when it should be coming.
Okay, let me also try and draw back in Yogita Bayan. I believe she's joined us. Yogita, we could not hear you at all earlier. You were trying to comment on the fast-track justice meted out in this case. Please go ahead now.
Uday, first of all, let me reiterate that there is no fast track in terms of fast track, because maybe the lower court has given it in 80 days. But again, as I said earlier, it will take very long to go to High Court as appeal and then Supreme Court. So we need to have a time-bound justice if you want to set a precedent. Otherwise, it will all be talk. And I have apprehension about, so many other cases. Okay, this case particularly saw light of the day. Maybe the police acted well and they were proactiveness in terms of investigation officers and medical experts. But not in all the cases. We get such cases every single day in Delhi itself, Delhi NCR. And the criminals, they get away. Sitting in Delhi, I'm talking about these kind of cases. So I see POCSO cases day and night, and I know what is their fate. End of the day, so such a struggle to get them justice. It is not easy. But I'm happy at least there is a beginning. But announcement of such capital punishment has happened earlier also in a lot of courts in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. But execution is the question, and right now we are asking how long it will take to execute and whether it will be executed or not.
Yes, at the end of the day, of course, also Tahira Hassan, there are many other cases also which now need to see similar fast-track justice, isn't it? That's why I was asking earlier, Swati Jindal, whether this can be an example case now for many others as well.
You're asking to me?
Tahira Hassan, that question is for you.
Okay, please repeat the question.
Tahira Hassan, I was trying to ask you whether this is an example case. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Can this be made an example case for others as well?
Yes, I'd say that it will set the precedent, but I will say that death penalty is not going to curb the rising violence against the women. Yes, it will set the precedent. This case comes in rarest to rare case crime. So naturally, this was the expected, and the court has done the same. What the laws have been drawn. But I think the conviction rate must be increased, I will say again and again, unless or until you will increase the conviction rate, these people who commit the heinous crime, if they will get away, next time they will commit more heinous crime. And that will set the precedent. Okay, 2 will get the punishment, capital punishment, but 8 will get away. So the investigating agencies must collect the evidences very, very careful and produce in the court. Honorable court will give the judgment only on those basis, on those evidences. So these culprits, these people who commit the heinous crime should not get away after committing the crime against the women. And second thing, that we must assert on this culture to protect the rapist and blame the women. That, as I had said earlier, mostly people blame women for their dress code and everything. But now they are not able to come out with reasonable answer to what kind of dress they will suggest to this 7-month-old baby. So these whole thing, all the things are to taken under consideration if we really want to curb the rising violence against the children and women. It's a high time.
Okay. Let me in fact quickly go back across to you as well, as far as of course now Swati Jindal, these cases are concerned. In this particular case, of course, we certainly hope that it's going to be an example case for others. But have the laws been strengthened enough? Have the loopholes been plugged enough? What further now needs to be done? Obviously, steps have been taken in the right direction, but what more now needs to be done, Swati Jindal?
It is an ever-changing, a never-ending race. The convict, the accused is always a step ahead. The law just needs to catch up. That is the whole story. We cannot start convicting people left, right, and center. We have to follow the process as per law. Now, what we need, like Ms. Hassan has said, and she's quite right, what we need is the apt implementation of the law. The law is very tight as it is. Now, when these convicts, when these accused people, how they get away is because the timelines and the process has not been followed properly. As far as the academia is concerned, as far as the legislation is concerned, we are on point. I think we are better off than most countries. We have taken care of all the boxes. The new act, the way the BNS has been set up now, is a step in the right direction. What we need is the right implementation and the right, people have to change. The preamble talks about we, the people of India. It is we, the people, who need to change at the ground level so that we can make this change at the highest of echelons of the society. It is the society that needs to change ultimately, like Ms. Hassan said. We need to have this change where we stop blaming the victim, we stop victimizing the victim, and we start raising our finger against the person who has the wrong mindset.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also now go back across to Yogita Baiyana. Yogita Baiyana, as you were saying, of course, that you are not being a pessimist, you are being a realist earlier. But of course, Yogita Baiyana now, as far as of course these steps forward are concerned, the strengthening of the law has happened. Do you believe that is a welcome step? Do you also believe it's a welcome step that in certain cases the court acts, of course, swiftly, the police acts swiftly as well? How can we then ensure this applies to other cases as well?
Only if, the courts are consistent, and unfortunately they are not. And police is reformed to the level that their trainings are solid. Unfortunately, it is not like the case, and everybody has their own apprehension. Everybody has their own judgment to apply and their own wisdom to apply. So these are the things, unless SOPs are followed the way they are supposed to be followed, I am not very positive about things. And one of the cases get justice, we need justice for each and every daughter of this country.
Absolutely. Let me in fact quickly now also go back across to you, Tahira Hassan, on of course the death sentence as well. The death sentence, interestingly has been given in this particular case, but then there are others where it's not given, like in the RG Kar case recently. Do you believe at the end of the day that's something that we of course, cannot at the end of the day predict the judiciary prematurely. But do you believe the death sentence is an effective deterrent and continues to be an effective deterrent?
No, it can't be effective deterrent. If I said, if you give the death sentence in 2 cases, but 6 or 8 people after committing heinous crime, like a rape, nothing could be more heinous crime than violating women's body. If they get away because the process is not followed properly, then you cannot say that it will be deterrent. I think conviction rate must increase. Each and every case process must be followed and the law must be implemented properly. And those evidences must be produced properly in the court. I'm sure that not a single accused
all
will
right.
be
My
left.
thanks to all of our guests for joining us. We've run completely out of time.